We've got the Vikings this weekend at home, the Broncos away, Cardinals at home, Falcons away, Seahawks away, and we end the season with the Packers at home. So, Jeff, when are we going to see this first one? We've been asking this question for way too long, but when is it coming?
I think Adams probably knows this the best over the whole season. My confidence has, listen, first chance I said was against the Bears. The first time we played them, I said, listen, Justin Fields, rookie quarterback, it's a good opportunity for you guys. They took that L. And the next time I predicted it was against the Eagles, and they got obliterated. And then the next time I predicted a win was on Thanksgiving against the Bears again, and they lost in a very ugly fashion, a disgusting fashion, if you will. So, to be honest, the Lions shouldn't be favored in a single game this year. The question is, can they steal one? And can you steal one scoring 10, 13 points? That's the question. That's probably not. And this year, you have an extra game. You have a 17th game. And, who are you going to beat? You look around the league. You held the Browns to 13 points. You lost. You hold 3 other teams to below 20 points. You lost. The question is, what are you doing offensively? Defensively, they've been solid. That's not my worry. I don't know how long they'll be able to keep it up. That also is a worry. But offensively, they cannot get points on the board, and you're not going to win against anybody in the NFL if you can't do that. Especially this week, you got Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, who offensively have been competitive in every single game they've played, over 20 points. And if you're watching any of the games this weekend, turn on the Jets game versus the Texans. The Jets won 21-14. The Jets scored 21 points with a quarterback who was coming off of an injury, who still finds a way to throw interceptions, and they scored 21 points. So the Lions need to find a way to score more than their opponent. It's that simple. And maybe they will do that, maybe they won't. I don't think they will do that. It's hard for me to really say it. If I had to put my money where my mouth is and just say, where do I think they'll get a win? Maybe you can beat a banged-up Broncos team at home. Probably not. You have Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Probably won't win that game. Maybe if Matt Ryan throws interceptions all over the place, you might have a chance. Those are the only 2 games. That's it. And I'm not going to sit here the rest of the year and say I picked them to win a single game, but the hope is, the expectation is, they should. If you go winless this first year, it definitely, not only for Dan Campbell, but the entirety, everybody across the board, it's not a good look. Brad Holmes as well. So hopefully they can get one on the board. Adam, I want to hear your opinion. I'm curious. We both agree they aren't favored in any of the games, but let's just say you had to throw some money on a game. What game could they even steal? In your opinion, honestly.
Jesus. At this point, I think your best shot is going to be this weekend, banged up, no Dalvin Cook, a banged up Minnesota team.
But they didn't have Dalvin last time, and we lost.
Well, even the Packers on January 9th, you're not looking forward to it. Even if they're resting, they're trying to get the number 1 seed and get a bye week. So they're likely not resting week 18. Away to Denver. Denver have been a very good team this year. Home to the Cardinals, good luck. Away to the Falcons. Falcons have looked just fine over the last few weeks.
Yep.
And away to Seattle, I think, is your best bet. On the road against maybe a team that by then I could maybe make the case that Russell Wilson is sitting for the rest of the year, and likely that Pete Carroll has been fired by that time. So that's where this is going. I think Seattle is your best bet. If I had to put money down, I'm going to take the Detroit Lions on the road against Seattle. But I think the most concerning stat of everything that I've seen is over their last 6 games, the Lions are averaging 12.66 points per game. Now, 13 points a game is disgusting. Isn't even going to do that record justice. It's so embarrassing. It's pitiful. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. It's incoherent. It's incompetency. The Lions can't be averaging 13 points a game.
No.
They just can't. And when you average 13 points a game, you change play callers and you become worse on offense, you just show me that you don't know what in the hell you're doing. And look.
Right.
When Dan Campbell got hired, I sat up there and I said, look, I don't agree with it, but I'm going to root for him. I truly am. I want him to work. I want the city to have a freaking winner in Detroit. I want the Lions to deliver something of meaning to this fan base that suffered for so long. Having said that, Jesus Christ, Dan Campbell, man, it's pathetic at this point. He's the play caller now. I'm not sure what the hell Anthony Lynn is doing. He's probably out of town at the end of the year. What does Dan Campbell offer this Detroit Lions team on offense that Lynn wasn't. If I recall, under Lynn, the Lions were a team that would move the ball downfield, but they would struggle in the red zone. And with Dan Campbell, it's 3rd and 8, we're running the ball. 3rd and 12, we're running the ball.
3rd and 21,
6, we're running the ball. 4th and 1, we're running. We're going to throw the ball on 4th and 1. We're going to run it on long down situations, but on those short down situations, we're going to put the ball in Jared Goff's hands. It's mind blowing to me, honestly. I am very frustrated for Detroit Lions fans. They can rip me all they want and tell me I don't like Dan Campbell, but the truth is I just don't believe in him. And I want him to be good, believe me. There's nothing better than the Detroit Lions being a good football team. I mean, it's some of the best memories of my life, and it's very few, far in between that I've had memories of the Detroit Lions being good. But that's the point, is this city, when Hockey Town is going, when the Pistons are good, when the Wings, not the Wings, when the Tigers are good, when Michigan Wolverines are good, the Sparties are good, when all the teams are good, it just makes it so much better. And the Lions, unfortunately, have been the odd man out and have never delivered any kind of substance or success. And, whether or not they win a game this year, we'll see. It's pretty embarrassing. But I'll let people, continue to defend Dan Campbell. I'm just going to say he looks like Hugh Jackson to me. And I think you move off him probably after year 2 and you go for a different coach. May I remind people, he not only cold called Sheila and lobbied for his job, he took a significant
That's true,
pay
by the
cut.
way, right? The cold call?
Yeah, it is.
God,
yeah.
that is so... I still can't believe that, man. I just can't...
Yeah.
Oh, God. Jesus
And
Christ.
there's that, and then there's, what? What are you giving the football team that makes me confident in the future? And look, you guys can rip Matt Rule all you want. You can rip, what's his name? God, I'm losing my mind right now.
Who?
Sean McDermott early on in Buffalo, he wasn't, an instant success, but
Yep.
look, you got to look at something. What do you offer me as a head coach that makes me believe in you? Even under Caldwell, he walked in. What did he do? He delivered 11-5. And that 11-5 year is what gave him the next 3 years of basically, we're not going to totally kill this guy, but I would love to interview Dan Campbell. I tried. They declined press passes for me. I wanted to go to a Detroit press conference, but I had
the Lions have major beef with this show.
Yeah, they don't like us at all. But whatever.
I think Jeff might be all right. They might take Jeff.
Well, at the same time, when Adam does say the things he says, I can't agree with him more. So it's like, who do you want in the press conference? Like,
what do you guys want me to say? Honestly,
I haven't even done anything.
He delivered the infamous kneecap, the kneecap speech, and then he put a helmet on his head. I believe the Grand Prix. Yeah, and that's cool. It's great, because you didn't play a football game yet, and everything is okay. But look, man, when you start 0-10-1, I don't care what rebuild you're in. It's an embarrassing product. Teams that win 3-4 games, at least you're like, I saw how they can win in the future. So you know what? If we do this right, maybe in a year or two, we're going to have a good football team. But that's just never the case. And it's definitely not the case right now. Outside of Aaron Glenn, I'm not sure why the hell you would be excited as a Lions fan.
True.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, especially for the points you just named, like you're winless. It's hard for me, even if I wanted to defend Dan Campbell. It's very hard, especially last week on Thanksgiving. Like that's tough. That performance.
And that was on him. There was nothing.
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I think year 2 is going to be the time. Year 2, if he's wins 2 games next year, I think you pull the trigger. As much as I love Dan Campbell, I mean, it's a rebuild. We can all acknowledge that, but you have to show something. Something.
I know I come across as extremely mean and arrogant, and I don't want to call for somebody's job. First-time head coach, probably never get a job after this, but look, let's just see what happens over the next 18 months. And if it's a continued product that you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, well, then you got to move on. It's really that simple. So I'll leave it at that, Kennedy.